Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Sumukascha Ekadantascha Kapilo Gajakarnakaha Lambodhara Dhumaketur Ganadhyakshaha Phalachandro Gajananaha Vakratundaha Surpakarno Herambaha Skandapurvajaha Suklambaradharam Vishnum Sasivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopashantaye Yasya Dvirada Vaktradhya Parishadhya Parasatam Vignum Nignanti Satatam Vishvaksenam Tamasraye Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheswaraha Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Satchidananda Rupaya Krishnaya Aklishtakarine Namo Vedanta Vedhyaya Gurave Buddhisakshine Krishna Dvaipaya Namvyasam Sarvabhutahite Ratam Vedabjabhaskaram Bande Samadhi Nilayam Munim Janmadyasya yataha anvayat yataratascha arteshu abhignah swarat tene brahma hridayaha adikavaye mukhyanti yat surayah tejovari mridam yatha vinimayo yatra trisargo brusha dhamna svena sada nirasta kuhakam satyam param dhimahi dharmah Prochidha kaitavotra paramo nirmat saranam satam Vedhyam vastavam atra vastu sivadam tapatrayon molanam Srimad Bhagavate Mahamunikrute kimva paraihi Isvaraha sadyah hridi avarudhyatehe atra krutibhihi satsrushubhihi tatskshanat Nigama kalpataror galitam phalam sukamukat amrita dravasam yutam pibata bhagavatam rasamalayam muhuraho rasikaha bhuvi bhavukaha yam pravadantam anupetam apeta krutyam dvaipayano viraha katara ajuhava putreti tan mayataya taravaha abhineduhu Tam sarvabhuta hridayam munimanatosmi Yaha svanubhavam akilasuti Saaram ekam Adhyatma deepam ati titirshratam tamondhama Samsarinam karunayaha purana guhyam Tam vyasasunum upayami gurum muninam Narayanam namaskritya naranchaiva narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet. Now with Bhagavan's Anugraham, let us continue from where we left off in our last session. We came up to Slokam number 35, Adhyayam 7, Skandham number 4, Siddhaha Uchuhu. Okay. Everybody is now worshipping Bhagavan Srimad Narayana, who is now giving darshan in the Yajnasalai with Ashtabhujangal. Very important. It's a beautiful darshan of Srimad Narayana here, carrying all the weapons and with 8 hands. And very unusual. And everybody present in the Yajnasalai, naturally, the stuti comes, the prayer comes, the worship comes. And we have covered a few of them, some of those stutis. Now we will continue with Slokam 36. Yajamani uvacha Swagatam te prasidesa tubhyam namaha Srinivasa sriya kantaya tradinaha Tva mrute abhisa na angaihi makah sobaihi sobate Sishnahinah kabandah yata purushah Yajamani uvacha Swagatam te prasidesa tubhyam namaha. Srinivasa Sriya Kantaya Tradinaha Tvamurte Adhisa na Angaihi Makah Sobhate Sishna Hinaha Kabandhaha Yata Purushaha. Yajamani Uvacha. Yajamanan is Daksha Prajapati, who is conducting the yagam. We also saw earlier how the Rishi Patnis, and what did they pray to Swami? Everybody is now praying in their own way, beautifully, worshipping. But the women are especially great. They are unbelievably great because they come directly to the point. And they never pretend, full of devotion, full of respect and truth and determination and sincerity, integrity. So many things are there. So we saw earlier when the Patniyaha Uchaha, when the Rishis' wives were all praying, they said, Swami, this yagam has been given to us by you for the welfare of everybody. Now it has been stopped because of the anger of Parameshwara. Now please give us anugraham, shower your grace and make sure the yagam is fulfilled so everybody can benefit. This is the broad-mindedness of women. And now this Shruti is no different. And they say here in Slokam number 36, say first, Swami, welcome, welcome. Beautifully, they say, welcome. Come, come. You know how beautiful it is. Swagatam is such a beautiful Sanskrit word. Swagatam. Agatam means come. Swagatam means come to me, be without any difference. It's one's own self. Say Swagatam, Namaskaram to you. And they say, oh Srinivasa, now you are protecting us along with Lakshmi Devi. You are the Parameswara, Sarveswara. But Swami, look, you know, when a body has no head, how will it be? It will be useless. And all the bhagangal, all the angangal, all the parts, they will not be of any use. They will not shine. They will not be active at all. So like that, you know, you are the pradhanam. You are like the head in a body. That's so that's how they say. Beautifully it is. Okay. Isa, a Lord, Bhagavan, Isa the Master, Te Swagatam. Let this be a beautiful, beneficial, good welcome to you. Auspicious welcome to you. Namaskaram. Tubhyam namaha. Tubhyam namaha. Tubhyam namaha te. Te, we say namaste. Namaste is namaha te. Namaskaram to you. Namaha. Nama means, remember, Sanskrit padam. Namati. Nama, the dhatu, the root word, means bending down. Bending down. Bending down what? Not just with my body. When you do namaste, you bend down, bend your head and all that, right? Especially when you meet elders, right? But most important, the mind has to bend down. The ego has to be given up. That is what nama. So, namaha te, namaha tubhyam, to you, namaskaram. O Srinivasa, O Srinivasa, in whom Sri Devi resides, is one meaning. We all know in Bhagavan's Vakshasthalam, Srimad Narayana's Vakshasthalam, is Sri Devi is residing. That is, the Hridayam is full of daya and compassion and love only. And that is why we have all the resources. That daya is the one that is manifesting itself of all the resources you and I have in this world, and also all the beings, not only you and I, not only human beings, all the 8.4 million beings, they all have resources, need resources to live, to sustain. Apart from food, they need sleep, right? And all the resources required. that is comes out of Bhagavan. That is Daya takes that form. That is Lakshmi Devi, Sri Devi. Okay. Another thing is that she resides in because of Daya, that Vakshasthalam, Hridayam. But another thing is the same Bhagavan is also residing in Sri. Please, so there's no separation. Every resource, every even a particular food that I take, or the ability to think, or whatever it may be, all the resources, Shakti I have, right? Just imagine how our life is. It's full of blessing only, full of resources only. We divide it into saying Ichha Sakti, Jnana Sakti, Kriya Sakti and all that. Yes, but that Shakti, the power, that resource present there, that is Bhagavan. He is resident. Nivasam. Vasam means to live. Okay? And Sri Nivasa. Kantaya Sriya. Kantaya. Grammatically, it means along with. Okay? Saha, together with. That's what it means. Kantaya Sriya. That Kanta, it means we call it as wife, Manevi in Tamil. And because, again, Sanskrit Padam is very beautiful, but let me not go there. Here it means Sriya Kantaya, with his Bharya, with his companion, with Saha, along with you, living along with Sri Devi, always. Okay, with Srinivasa, one who's always with Mahalakshmi. Srinivasa, you explain the meaning. Kantaya Striya Naha Trahi Adhisa. Let us take this as one sentence so it becomes clear. Kantaya Striya Naha Trahi Adhisa. Adhisa, Adi Isa. See, Bhagavan is Atitaya Namaha. Atitaya. Anything you say, he is beyond that. He is present in it, but he is also beyond it. Kala Titaya Namaha, Jnana Titaya Namaha. Whatever you say, everything, he is, yes, at the same time, he is also beyond it. This is why Bhagavan is Atita. So here, Ati Isa, that Isa means master, controller, protector. Okay, so that Adisa, Trahi, to protect, to save. It's a better word. Okay? Mananam Trayatiti iti mantraha. Right? How the word mantra is defined, right? And the word again, padam, the root word means to take you across, to save you from the samsara sagaram. To protect. Protect means what? To give succor, to give final refuge. That is where the protection is really. So, Kantaya Sriya Naha Trahi Adhisa. Naha to us, not to us. Yeah, to us is not the right English word. Us can say Engalai. Okay, in Tamil we can say Engalai. Ye Adisa, the Sarveswara, you are protecting us and taking care of us, giving us shelter along with Lakshmi Devi. Oh, Isa, the addressing them. Okay, so Isa. Te swagatam, tubhyam namaha, e Srinivasa, Kantaya Sriya Naha Trahi Adhisa. So this is how they address him, address Bhagavan. Picture in the present there, the Yajna in Haridwar, no? Okay. Kapandaha, Kabandaha, Bandham means bondage. Kabandham means basically no, the without head. In this case, it is without head. Okay. Kabandhan means headless. Kabandaha Purushaha Yata in which way? Purushaha man, human being, or any being for that matter. Kabandaha without head. So when a person has got no head, how will the body be? How will he be? The various parts of the body do not function. It's actually useless. Yatha, in the same way, tva amrute, without your presence, without, amrita means without, tva without you, angaihi makaha na sobhate. Makaha, remember, makaha means yajnam. Without your presence, angaihi makaha na sobhate. All the other parts of the yajnangal do not shine. They do not have any life at all, like the headless creature. So you are the pradhanam. How beautifully they say, right? Coming directly to the point. They don't talk about Atma and this and Maya and so many other things. They're simple, very direct, they say. Yajamani uvacha swagatam te prasidesa. Prasida. Prasida is very important. Okay, prasida means anugraham. Okay, prasida. Swagatam te prasida isa tubhyam namaha. Srinivasa Sriya Kantaya Trahinaha Tva Mrute Adhisha Na Angaihi Mukha Sobhate Sirshna Kabandaha Yata Purushaha. Sirsha Hinaha, I forgot to translate that. Sirsha means head. Hina means no, without head. Sirsha Hinaha, headless. Kabandaha, headless body. Okay. In Tamil we say mundam. Okay. Not complete. So Sirsha Hinaha Kabandaha, without the head, Kabandaha Purushaha, how the human being becomes basically a mundam, incomplete, a lifeless basically, without head. Yatha, in which way? Same way. Tva amrute, without you, angaihi makaha na sobhate. All the other parts of the yagasalaigal do not sustain. You are the life. Lokapalaha uchuhu. Slokam number 37. Drishtaha kim naha drigbihi asad grahaihi tvam pratyak drishta drusyate yena visvam mayahi esha bhavadiyahi bhumanne yaha tvam shashtah panchabhihi bhasi sutaihi. Lokapalaha uchuhu Drishtaha kim naha drigbihi asad grahaihi tvam pratyak drishta drusyate yena visvam mayahi esha bhavadiyahi bhumanne yaha tvam shashtah panchabhihi bhasi bhutaihi. See, we all know about Panchabhutangal, we all read about the 5 elements, we all have been taught that everything in this world, gross world, is composed of the 5 elements and ultimately go back into the 5 elements. We went through all this in that lesson that we've been going through, the creation, the sargam, visargam, so many things we have gone through in Bhagavatam already. Even though the truth was mentioned, chances are we forgot it. What is the truth? Bhagavan is present in every one of these Panchabhutangal. Please remember, they are not separate from him. So, what this slokam very beautifully says, the Lokapalaha, Digbalahal. So, for people like me who is attached to the temporary body and temporary mind, the temporary intellect, these are all temporary, they come and go. And because of that, I'm getting attached to the temporary happenings and the temporary world itself, which is temporary. All the happenings, appearances, everything, I'm attached to that. Right? Because of that, I do not have the anubhavam of Bhagavan, pratyaksham, the direct experience, bhavam, that daiva bhavam, that I don't have because I am attached to everything that is temporary, the mirage. But Bhagavan, even though I do not experience him, because I'm attached to all the temporary things, within me, Bhagavan is a witness. The seer behind what I see, the hearer behind what I hear, the speaker behind what I speak. Please remember that. That Shakti, that witness, Swami, even though people do not experience you because they're attached to this Maya temporary world, but you are the witness. And you are the one that seeing through them, experiencing through them, hearing through them, everything. That Pratyak Drashtahi, you are that. Now, this is your Maya, isn't it? This is your play, your Leela. Amazing power of separation, Swami, they say. While you are doing this, and you are the witness, you make it happen as if all these things are taking place away from you. And people like me do not realize it, because I'm attached to, not to you, but to the temporary things. But why is it like this, Swami? Because along with the Panchabhutangal, inseparably, you are present as a sixth element, sixth aspect. We say Panchabhutangal because we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that is why we say 5. 6 does not mean it is separate from the 5. What they're talking about is, if you take, we saw in our body, all the 5 elements are present. So, actually, even when you take Akasam, which is the very first bhutam that came, right? Bhagavan is present in that. So the sixth one is already present in all the other 5. So they use the word Shashtaha. So we should not forget it. Okay? That is the important point here when they talk about. Number 37. Okay, so Krishna kim naha dribbihi asad grihaihi tvam pratyak drishta drishyate yena visvam mayahi esha bhavadiyahi bhuman yaha tvam shashtaha panchabhihi bhasi bhutaihi. Now I hope you are able to follow a little bit of the Samskrita Padanga. Let's take Pratipada artham. Bhuman means, O Mahan, Tvam you, asadgrahaihi dridbihi no drishtaha. Dridbihi, by the senses. Asat grahaihi. Asat, untruth, the maya. Asatoma sadgamaya, we pray, right? All the world we know. Everything we know, even this talking today, Bhagavatam, listening to Bhagavan's glory, whatever I imagine, okay, everything is really asat only. Because there's only one sat. But I'm grahaihi, I'm grasping it. I'm living with all the temporary attractions in this world, and I'm not able to let go of it. Grahichik karve means to grasp. Asadgrahehi, dribbihi. So people like me who are asadgrahehi, attaching to what is not true. What happens to my senses? Dribbihi, my senses. No drishtvam, no drishtaha. Dribbihi, by my senses. Tvam, no drishtaha. You cannot be experienced. It cannot be seen by my senses. Point 1. Again, Bhuman. Tvam asadgravaihi dribbihi no drishtaha. Okay, point 1. Then next comes, see, Kena Upanishad, Kena means by whom. Okay? By whom is a question. The call begins with that padam, therefore the Upanishad is called Kena Upanishad, Keno Upanishad. Okay? By whom? By whom is a question. Here, Yena, by whom? It gives the answer. There the question, Kena, answer is Yena. Okay, by whom? Drishyam Drishyate Pratyak Drashta. 3 words very important in our life. Everything we do, everything with our senses, whatever I see, it's an object that is seen. Then the process, the action of seeing and the seer. Please remember that. If I hear something, the object of what is heard, the sound that is heard, then the action of hearing and the hearer. Please understand, very important. These in dhyanam, when you get into dhyanam, same thing. The object on which I'm meditating on, then the process of action of meditating, and who's actually meditating. All the 3 actually vanish, should vanish. So here, yena, by whom, drishyam, the objects to be known in this world, drishyate, gets known, the object to be seen, gets seen. Okay, you can see it like that. Drishyate, that yena, by whom it gets to see, you are that pratyak drishta. You are the drishta. Pratyak. Even though I see many things in this world, even though you see many things in this world, there is only one seer. That is you, Swami. So, first one is Tvam asadgrihaihi dridvihi no drishtaha. I cannot see you. But you are the seer in me. Do you understand? Now, Yesha Bhavadiya Maya Hi. Yesha, this is Bhavadiya, your Maya Hi. Certainly this is your Maya. This is your play. See how beautifully they describe this. I hope you're enjoying this. Then the next one is Yahatvam. How is this possible? That you are the drashta, right? Well, even though I don't see you, but you are the actual seer, how is it possible? So that means you must be present in me, you must be present in the action of seeing, and you must also be present in the object that is seen. Only when the constant you, one entity, is present, all the 3, can this take place. Isn't it? Very simple. Another example, if you go and take one, say payasam, for example, you drink payasam. It's sweet, you enjoy the taste, sweet taste, beautiful. But the sweetness, of course, is the sugar, but this is the payasam, but the sugar itself, that the sweetness comes from, that is presence of Bhagavan. Then the actual taste, the action of tasting it, that requires Shakti. That Shakti, where is it coming from? That is also same sweetness. And the actual taste that happens behind it, that is also same thing. The example we saw earlier, the same sweetness is present in the lump of sugar as well as the ant that attracts each other. It's not the ant is going towards the amount of sugar, the lump of sugar on the floor. The lump of sugar is also attracting the ant towards it. So please understand the truth behind it. This sweetness, this essence is you, Swami. And all the Panchabhutangal, they may be there, but you are the one present in all that. It is like as if you are the 6th aspect there that is inseparably present in all these Panchabhutangal. Yaha, because they say first, Esha Bhavadiya Maya hi, this is your Maya, isn't it? Yaha, because Tvam, you, Panchabihi Bhudaihi, in all the five elements, the various forms and shapes in this world that takes place due to the five elements, whether it is a mountain hill or whether it is a human being, doesn't matter. Whatever it may be, that gross form made out of the Panchabhutangal, Shashtaha Bhasi, you are as if inseparably present in them, as if the sixth element, Bhasihi, you are shining. But the essence of all that, putting it in another word, this is what? The Lokapalaha Uchuhu. Now somebody asked a question about Uchuhu. Now, Uvacha means said, singular. Okay, Maitreya Uvacha, Maitreya said. The same Uvacha in plural becomes Uchuhu. Okay, Patnyaha Uchuhu. Patni Uvacha, Patnyaha Uchuhu. Here, Lokapalaha Uchuhu. All the big balargal, they spoke. This is the plural form. Now, let us hope I can take at least one more. Okay. Number 38. Now, Yogeswaraha Uchuhu. Yogeswaraha, again plural Uchuhu. The Yoga Shreshtar, they spoke. Slokams 38 and 39. Preyan nate anyah asti amutah tvayi prabho visvatmani ikshet na pratagya atmanah athapi bhaktya isataya upadhavatam ananya vritya anugrahana vatsala. Preyan na te anyah asti amutah tvayi prabho visvatmani ikshete na pratagya atmanah athapi bhaktya isataya upadhavatam ananya vritya anugrahana vatsala. Vatsala is a beautiful word. If you say what the meaning of this slokam, that Swami, listen, he's talking about people like me. I consider myself separate from Bhagavan. I keep him away. I treat him like a stranger. Seriously, isn't it? All of us may worship and do whatever we want. Ultimately, do I keep Bhagavan close to me? No, I don't. I always put him on hold. I keep him away, right? I treat him with respect. I treat him as if he's somebody highly worshipable, much greater than me. And all these things I imagine. But every time, by doing that, I'm separating him from me. The moment you separate, what have I done? I pushed him away from me. But Bhagavan, what does he do? When ananyas chintayanto mam ye janaha parjupasate, ananyas chintaha, without feeling separate from me, from him, and not keeping me as separate from him, one who loves me, that Bhagavan says, Ananya Chintana is very important. Ananyas Chintayanto Mam Ye Janaha Parjupasate. It's a very important slokam that is. It's right in the center of Bhagavad Gita, right among all the 700 slokams, right in the smack in the center it is. Okay? So this is like the fulcrum of the balance. On one side of the balance is the Karmanyeva Adhikaraste slokam. Okay, tells you how to do your action. On the other side of the balance is Sarvadharman Paratyajya Mamekam Sharanam Braja. That slokam is there. How to do the action is by surrendering the results of the action. When you do it this way on a balance, What is the fulcrum there around which both sides are operating? Ananya Chintanai. Ananyas Chintayanto Mam Ye Janaha Pari Upasate. That is the center of that balance. If I keep the fulcrum there, both sides will be completely in balance. This is the essence of Bhagavad Gita, okay? So, here, when people worship Swami, when people worship you like that, without feeling separate from you, they are very dear to you. He himself has said, in Bhakti Yogam, you can see, very last slokam, they Atita me priyaha, they are dear to me very much, he says. You and I are very dear to Bhagavan. But the one most dear to him is the one who doesn't consider Bhagavan as separate from him. This is very important. I should not think Bhagavan is separate from me. I should not push him away, keep him at a distance and worship him and give him naivedyam, this, that. So many things I do as if he's not separate from me. No, he and I are one. He's my closest friend, closest bandhu, the most dependable entity and the most permanent entity in my life. He's the one who's going to be present with me as I breathe my last. Nobody else will be present. So that entity, people who worship you like that, who love you like that, oh my God, Swami, they're very, very dear to you. Even when it is like that, what about people like me who push him away and keep him separate? But I love you still, Swami. I do all my worships and I do all the things that is prescribed, sincerely. But doing that, I'm seeking you only, isn't it? Bhagavan says, yeah, do whatever you want. You want money, I'll give you money. You want to get proper health, I'll give you health. Whatever you need, you come to me, he says. That is all. Don't go to somebody else. I am here. So when I do that and approach Bhagavan for everything, even though I keep him away from me, separate from me, and you are the refuge and the final succor, anugrahena, please give us your anugraham. The only thing you can ask from Bhagavan is that anugraham only. So this is how Bhagavan is. Even though I don't follow his teachings, even though I don't listen to him, he says, go inward and travel inward. You will find me there. You and I are one. You are also God. I am also God. I am God. You are also God. Only difference is I know it and you don't. And when it is like that, but when I approach him with the feeling of difference, he still grants me succor and anugraham. That is what you are, Swami, they say. This is how they beautifully say in Slokam number 38. Prabho, Prabhuve, Visvatmani, you are the whole Viswam is your form. Sarvaswarupi, Visvaswarupi you are. Visvatmani, that you, Tvayi in you. The whole Prapanjam is Bhagavan's form. It is Bhagavan, as we say in Purusha Suktam, the meaning, the teaching of Vamanavataram, we should never forget this. This is Bhagavan's Padam that is appearing as 1 foot, if you want to picture it in a form way, as Bhagavan, as Prapancham, as the universe, as his world. So that is why we do Namaskaram for Bhagavan's Padam. We fall at his feet. And so that Bhagavan's form, so Visvatmani Tvayi, the one who is present in the form of the Viswam itself in you, Yaha, who, when you are present like this, everywhere it's you only. So when it is like this, Yaha, who, Atmanaha Pratak na ikshet. When you are like this, Yaha, who, Atmanaha Pratak, does not consider as different from himself, na ikshet, he doesn't look at you. That means he doesn't look at you as different from himself because you are present everywhere. He doesn't see the differences at all. He sees only the oneness. Okay? When somebody, one who does it, amutaha, other than him, beyond him, more than him, preyan te Anyaha na asti. Other than him, more than him, there is no one who is more dear to you. When somebody doesn't look at the differences, only looks at the oneness, enjoys the oneness in the whole Viswam as your form, there is no one who's more dear to you than him. To put it in English, okay? Amutaha preyan te anyaha nasti. There's no other person who is more dear to him. Amutaha. Athapi. Even when it is like that, this is the truth, because you yourself have said it. What does it mean? Only I love him, only. No. But when it is like this, oh Vatsala, one who grants, showers love on every being, unconditionally, without any limitation. Oh Vatsala, Ananya Vrutya Bhaktya, with a stiram and progressively stronger and stronger, with stronger love and bhakti to you, upadhavatam, people who approach you. For them, what do? Isadaya, you are their protector, you are their master, and you are their overall caretaker. Okay, and Isadaya, also the giver of succor and security. You are that. When they approach you with Thira Bhakti, please, Anugrahana, shower your Anugraham, is what the Yoga Shreshthas, Yogeswaraha, Yoga Shreshthas, people who follow the yogic path, they pray to him in, this is Slokam number 38. And how beautifully they say, okay, because we approach you with Shraddha Bhakti, and please give us your Anugraham, Swami. That is what they pray. Now let us see if we have time for one more. I will see if I can do Slokam 39, okay? Because they continue. Jagat Udbhava Sthiti Layeshu Daivataha Bahu Bhityamana Gunaya Atmamayaya Ruchita Atmabheda Mataye Sa Samsthaya Vinivartita Brahma Guna Atmane Namaha. Okay, Namaskaram to you. We bow to you. Jagat Udbhava Sthiti Layeshu Daivataha Bahu Bhityamana Gunaya Atmamayaya Ruchita Atma Bheda Mataye Swa Samsthaya Vinivartita Brahma Guna Atmane Namaha. Slokam number 30 and 39. Daivataha, with the presence of divinity, with as Bhagavan Samtam, okay, not inseparable from Daivatvam, Daivataha, Jagat Udbhava Sthiti Layeshu, that you understand. The creation, the protection, sustenance, and the dissolution of this prapancham, in this Layeshu, Ivaihalil, okay, then Tamil Layeshu, Ivaihalil, that means in these, in this creation, sustenance, and dissolution that is taking place in this prapancham, this is Jagat, Bahu Bhityamana Gunaya, Bahu, many, and Gunayaha, the Gunangal, Bhityamanaha, in varieties, varied ways. Now there are only 3 Gunangal, but the permutation combination seems to be infinite, isn't it? It's a dynamic, keeps on changing. And so it says, Bahu Bhityamana Gunaya, because of the various permutation combinations of these Gunangal, many permutation combinations taking place in this world during this creation, sustenance, and dissolution of this Jagat. But at the same time, Sa Samstaya Atmamayaya, but still under your own control, this Maya. Okay? Everything is within you only. And this whole play is taking place, the projection that is taking place in so many ways. Atma Maya. Because of this, what happened? Ruchita Atma Bheda Mataye. Ruchita Atma Bheda. Because Bheda means differences. So while we say look for oneness in the differences are also, they perform their divine function too. They give you beautiful experiences in life, isn't it? And like, when you go, and if you just take, putting in, just like curd rice every day, no salt, nothing, you get tired of it. But you also need some pickle, you need some vegetables or sambar or whatever it is that you add. The variety is what makes life enjoyable, isn't it? So it's Ruchita Atma Bheda Mataye. Mataye means with that mindset, with that imagination. It gives you ruchi, it gives you taste, anandam in this creation. Because of the varieties, create anandam and happiness also. Ruchita Atma Bheda Mataye. First of all, you control all this Maya within you, Gunangal, and because of the Gunangal, the various varieties of projected experiences are being projected, and because of that, happiness is also derived. Okay? But at the same time, one who realizes, because you are present in this also, you are not separate from this, at the same time, one who realizes the true self, what happens? He transcends the Gunangal, he transcends the delusion, and he says this is all only Brahmai only, or these are all, no, these are not real. Okay? And that truth is also you. While you are projecting this also, the Maya, the truth is also you. One who realizes that immediately you give him the Atma Jnanam. And that to you, Namaskaram. Daivataha, with the divine Shakti inseparable from it, Jagat Udbhava Sthiti Layeshu, in this Jagat, where the creation, the sustenance, and the dissolution, in these processes that is taking place, appearances and disappearances and all this, in these, Bahu Vidyamana Gunayaha, the various different active varieties of appearances and actions and so many things are taking place because of this due to Gunangal. Okay, there are different combinations of Gunangal. In these, Swasamstaya Atmamaya, in the Atmamaya, in this delusion, that is very much within you only. Samstaya, not only under your control, it is present in you. That means the whole Prapanjam is in Bhagavan's womb. Please remember that. We are all living in Bhagavan's womb, in his Garbham, Hiranya Garbham. Please remember, we are present in you. And while all this play is going on, Ruchita Atma Bheda Mataye, so because of this various experiences, also the ruchi is there, the taste is there in this life. That also, and that comes only because of differences. And you are present in that difference also. At the same time, Vinivartita Brahma Guna Atmane. Once I remove this delusion, that Brahmai, which is caused by the Gunangal, then who's present? The Atma. That Atmane, that Atmavaha Yirupavane, the one who's present as that Atma, to you, Namaha, Namaskaram. Slokam number 39. Jagat Udbhava Sthiti Layeshu Daivataha Bahu Vidyamana Gunaya Atmamayaya Ruchita Atma Bheda Mataye Samsthaya Vinivartita Brahma Guna Atmane Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Swasti Prajabhyah Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahisaha Go Brahmanebhyah Subhamastu Nityam Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृतेः स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि। ॐ तत्सत्। श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ।